Right, before me is Michiel Korthals. He has been professor at the Wageningen University and has been specializing on moral, ethical issues of agriculture. So the first question is, what kind of role do you see organic agriculture is going to play in the agro-ecosystem approach?
Well, I do think I have sympathetic feelings for organic agriculture, but I do think that very often it's too dogmatic. So, and it isn't experimental enough. It is not really an innovation. It is not. It has not an innovatory approach. So we should have an approach that looks more really to what happens in the soil. How can we improve the fertility of the soil? So many new insights we got the last 20 years. What's going on in the soil? And the relationship with climate change, because climate change is also improving or destroying the fertility of the soil and also the chances for agriculture. So I do think that it should be opened up, should be much more innovatory. And as I said, the agroecological approach is indeed much more innovatory. So it started in Latin America. A lot of farmers were doing experiments with certain crops that could. So you have crops where you can eat from, and you have crops that improve the soil. So if you do both, you improve the soil and you have your products. And you have also crops that destroy the enemies of you, that also eat in your crop. So you have to find out. It depends very much on the local situations. So insects can also be insects that can help you, or other, and that's built on what agroecology wants to do. It talks about trying to live with the ecosystem services, so the services that nature gives us just for nothing, that we can use it. A very good example is the example of cattle, dairy cattle grazing outside. When they graze, their manure can destroy the grass, because it's just a very big pancake with lots of nutrients for the soil, but it's too much. So what you can do is, and then you use an system service, you can use chickens. And they spread the manure of the cows over the field in finding, let's say, remains that they like to eat. So you use chickens to spread the manure of the cows. And then you have a more equal fertilization of the meadow.
Yeah, how do you see it can be upscaled to a full extent, so that we can all feed, all the people necessary, and there is no problem of malnutrition and so forth?
It is already done in certain areas. I think, for example, about the supply of vegetables and fruits for such big cities as Rio de Janeiro. That's incredible how many people live there, 7 million. But every day, all small farmers, they bicycle in their vegetables. The same happens, by the way, also in certain African cities. So upscaling is often not an issue of having big computers and managers and so on, but of good bicycle roads. That the farmers or their employees can bicycle to the city and bring their products to the markets, to the local markets. So upscaling very often requires not very difficult big roads and so on, and big lorries, but also sometimes very low-tech solutions. But indeed, there is here an issue. We have to see how far it really agroecological approach can really feed the whole world. I don't know. We have to find out. So my idea is give now other approaches also a chance.
So yeah, you talked about like rural farming or rural areas, and how do you see urban farming developing, and what are the opportunities there and the challenges?
I guess it's a very positive development, but I guess you shouldn't embrace it. You should not agree with it because of its yields. In the sense of the products, in the sense of that it produces in a kind of cooperation, very different groups. So, and it gives also, so that's the first thing, it increases social interaction between old and young black and white, different ethnic groups. And the second thing is that it increases your consciousness what it means, nature, what it means that things have to grow before this. More green in the city means 2-3 degrees less heat in summer. So no air conditioning is necessary anymore. At the other side, in winter also it's warmer because the warmth is kept by trees and green areas. So it has a sustainable impact, very big sustainability impact. It has also this impact of being more busy in cooperation with others in gardening and doing the work in areas.
I always give some kind of positive steps to take or positive messages to the reader, like what he or she can do.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind?
Well, okay, the most simple thing, and that's so nice of this whole subject, is make a meal. And enjoy the food.